Hi, this is Roni and welcome to my channel. And today I'm a part of Scraptember, Video a Day. And it's being hosted by Laura Alberts, Miranda Weber, and Natalie Bowers. And they're going to be doing videos every day in the month of September, and they've already done 8. Yeah, they've been doing it a while already. And they have guest designer every day. And today's my lucky day. I get to be the guest designer. And I'm going to be using the Wander kit. And the prompt for today is cork. So I will be using some cork on my layout. And I got that Wonder Kit. I was pointing it out at scrapbookingstore.com. It was a monthly kit thing, and that ribbon went with it that you see under my hand. And the stickers there, and of course the paper, and some of the other stuff is from my How to Kill a Kit with Style from this month. But for the picture you see over there on the right, it's my grandson. I was wanting something else to use so that it would go with that picture. And I'm going to use those two for my title. They're black lettering. One is Ellie Studio and the other one's Altenew. And the things I'm showing you right there is things I'm thinking about using. And that thread, I'm going to do some stitching on the layout. And it matches the ribbons why I picked it. And I am going to use that ribbon on my layout. It came with the kit, and I'm like, well, they're the designers. Surely it'll look good while I get done, and it looks bright. And I kept looking at it. So I end up pulling out some crocheted border thread thing. It's really pretty, but it covers up most of the ribbon. Of course, I used a ribbon that I didn't think I was going to be using too. I wasn't planning on using that one. But it turned out to not be ribbon. Yeah, it's paper. I have got the 2 trimmers out because I was going to trim that one and matte my photo. Then I think this photo would look good with his white shirt if I put white first. So I'm going to triple matte my photo, and I'm going to do the white and then that green there. And that's really thin paper, some I had back in my stash. And I went ahead and put with this kit because I thought I could use it for layering, if nothing else, since it is so thin. And that black, it's dark green. Right there, you see the part, and if you look real close, there's a frame in the background, and that was part of it. And apparently on one of my layouts, I cut that frame out and used the other paper for something else. A lot of times I'll go, instead of just cutting off the corner, I'll cut the part out of the middle in case I want to frame later, and that way I've already got it sitting there. And I am going to use it today along with that striped paper. It's going to be my background. And can you believe it? I didn't get that white cut straight. I had to turn around and trim it. I started to straighten the picture up and realized it didn't need it straightened up. I needed to trim the white again. And I've already mounted the picture, and I mounted that one paper on that background. And I'm cutting me a piece of this tree piece of paper, and I'm just going to have it go down the side there. And I don't know what I was thinking. I went ahead and glued it down because I was going to gut behind the cloud paper. And once I glued that down, I started to try to pull it up a little bit. I'm cutting it off right now to match the same length as the striped paper. And it was stuck really good, so I just went ahead and left it and did not gut quite as much as I planned on gutting. I wanted the stripe to show over in the right hand corner, so I didn't put this all the way over. And I really like that cloud paper. I just plain like cloud paper, and it is green instead of a blue sky, and green's one of my favorite colors, so definitely like that piece of paper. And I was thrilled to get to use it on this layout. I was thinking I had a whole sheet of it left, but apparently not. But I'm thrilled with what amount I had because it goes perfectly with my picture. And there I am gutting it, and I don't need it for anything, not at the moment anyway, but I might need it on another layout. So I'm going to be prepared. And cloud paper is going to cover it up, and I'm going to put my picture on it, and then I'm going to do my title because I want to make sure I have enough room for it. The picture that I'm using is of my grandson, and we were one of those places we were sightseeing, and where they have the mister so you can get a little wet on a hot day and feel a little better. Well, this was a bridge with an arbor over the top and mist coming down, and my grandsons was laughing and running back and forth through there and having a good time. Well, he came out, and I thought I took their pictures while they were running, which I scrapbooked a long time ago. And he came out, and the mist was still coming out, because it was a pretty good sized mister. Well, a whole bunch of small ones, I guess. And he could still feel it coming out, and he thought it was raining. He's about 4 there. And he's sticking his tongue out, catching the mist on his tongue. And I thought that was really cute. So instead of my title being something about the water sprinkler, although I am going to put a spigot on my layout, it's going to be about the rain. And it's some feel the rain, others just get wet. And I'm going to use the LE Studio for some of the words, and then the Altenew for the 2 that I wanted to emphasize more. And I'm going to use that vellum, and I'm trying to decide which way to go, which piece to use, so that I don't use as much of it. So I'm going to end up cutting it and leaving a blank spot behind the picture, of course, and not use quite as much. And I did cut it long way because I started to just put it on there, but then I thought, I could cut it smaller, and I should have done the short way. And then I will go ahead and cut it in half. I wanted to save as much as I could, and somehow I didn't cut that really good. It just caught on there, and so I had to trim the edge. And that part's going to stick up and the other part down, and I'm going to put some stitches on the bottom, and I think one stitch might end up on the top part. I can't remember exactly where I put the others, 2 other stitches. But this vellum's a little bit thicker than some. You can put adhesive behind it, and if you smooth it out over the top, you cannot even see it. So I really like it. It was some I got off of Amazon, probably few years ago. It's been a while, but yeah, I thought it looked good there to have a different texture and the clouds still showing through there. And I'm going to go ahead and use this Amy Tan template and put a cross stitch down there on the bottom, and like I said, and then I'm going to turn around and put just one cross stitch in a couple of other places. But this is pretty quick because it's such big stitches, but I am going to cut the video out so that you don't have to watch me do it all, because counting cross stitch is pretty easy if you're paying attention. When it comes to a real counting cross stitch, you do have to pay a lot of attention. This here you don't have to pay quite as much attention. But yeah, they were really big stitches, and I really like them too. And I love those templates of Amy Tan's. I wish she was still making them and I had more. I have several. Of course, I seem to use the same ones over and over again, my favorite ones. And I'm putting glue and washi tape behind it because I don't want it to come undone. And I am going to put my picture up on foam tape, but I'm going to put the ribbon down first. And see, I'm pulling the one off on the bottom, and it's a scalloped, and I thought it was a scalloped ribbon, but it is not. It's paper, like a cardstock. So I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and leave it off of there and probably use it on a card or something, because the folds, anybody that's a scrapbooker is not going to put folds like that on cardboard and put it across there. So I'm going to have a hard time finding what to use it for. I will probably use it for something though. And the ribbon, of course, has folds in it, but it will lay down and look halfway decent when it gets done, and I get the adhesive on it. And see how bright it is? Yeah, I'm going to spend my whole time thinking it's just a little bit too bright for this layout, and then I'm going to cover most of it up. You can still see it under there, but I'm going to cover most of it up. And I see the banner over there. I'm going to put it on there also, and I would have took it off if I hadn't already glued the banner down. So I just cover it up instead. And that banner is really cute. It has stitches holding it together, and I'm going to put that part on that side and one little square on the other side of the picture. I wanted to save what I could in case I wanted to use it again sometime. But I think I would have been happier in the end if I just used it and not used that ribbon. Yeah, it even shows up shiny and bright here. It's satin. But like I said, the other was paper and had the creases in it, so I ended up using the ribbon. And like I said, it kept going through my mind that they were designers and surely they designed it. And it looked better with this, but I wasn't happy. And here's my cork. Oh, I forgot to say, cork is the prompt of the day. Yeah, and this cork is sheets of paper, and it is 12 by 12 pad. And I got Hobby Lobby in the clearance section a couple of years ago. And I really like it. I've had I've had 3 6x6 paper pads, and one is plain cork and the others are decorative. They got different colors on them and have like chevron and different things, stripes. I can't remember what else. But on all 3 of those pads, the cork is a little bit crumbly, I guess you'd say, because I could not have used a punch on them. But this felt a lot sturdier. And if you want to know what brand it is or anything, just leave a comment below and I will look it up. It's in the other room at the moment and I'd have stopped the video to go look, but I will look it up if anybody wants me to tell them what it is. I am putting the dark green cardstock around this, and apparently I didn't do a good job of fussy cutting because I kept seeing little tiny points where I didn't get my curve done very good, and I'm straightening it up. And yeah, it's taken me a while. I should have probably cut it out. Anyway, I put that up there and I'm trying to decide what to do with it. And I'm thinking I might need some more things with it. And I'm looking on here and I remembered seeing on this when I glanced at it, something about cooling off, and it does have a pair of shades. But I thought I'll get a punch and punch it out. So I am cutting a passport along with it so it'll be easier to hold while I punch. But I'm going to put that on my layout just because of the words "stay cool," and that's what that mister's for, to help people stay cool. So I'm putting it on there. But we were on a road trip because it was a day trip when we went here, and I'm pretty sure it's Grant's Farm, but I wouldn't say 100% sure. I'd have to look through my albums at the other layouts that I have on this. I mean, you don't know how long this has been sitting on my desk to get scrapped. Then I wanted to make sure I used something I really thought would go with this picture because I thought it was so cute. And I just happened to think the other day that this would go really well with it. So I pulled it out and I used it, and I think it does. I did have the title planned for a long time. I kind of think maybe it might have been a song or something. But it came to my mind when I was looking at him, and I thought, that would be a good title for a scrapbook page. So yeah, and I don't know why I haven't ever scrapped this picture before now. But I am making my banner. I started to use that one paper because I thought I'd make a short banner and just have the one piece of paper to repeat the trees on the other side. But of course I get the one on there and I think, oh, I need another one, because I started to use a clear sticker on there and it wasn't showing up very well. I mean, I didn't actually lay it down, I just held it in front of it. So I decided to pull the vellum out and repeat that too. And then I put staples in it, and then I think I need another banner. Odd number comes in threes. Yeah, so I am going to have 3 banners there instead of just the one by the time I get done. And the one banner is not going to have anything special on it. I'm just going to staple it on there, and it's just going to take up space and satisfy me by having 3 there. But yeah, that sticker looks pretty good on there. It goes straight on there, and I liked it, but I just wanted one more banner. And I do have a hard time getting that on there straight. I think it was wanting to stick to my finger every time I tried to do it, and I was just making sure I got it right. Yeah, if I'd planned ahead, I wouldn't have had quite as many staples in that banner. But I put some when I first put the first banner down, then I put a couple more when I put the vellum down, and I'm going to put one more when I put the skinny banner down. And the skinny banner is the same paper that's in the matting of the photo, that green there. Yeah, and it's just going to be plain Jane on there. And I was looking, I started to cut it. And I thought the other two are pretty straight. If I cut it and it looks kind of wonky, I wished I'd used the trimmer, so I might as well just use it to start with. And yeah, but I do like cutting the tails of my banner with my scissors. I like the wonky look if they're not exactly right. I like them a little bit close, but I do like the variety. And I am going to put that one up on foam tape to add some dimension there, and then I'm going to put a cross stitch and I think some enamel dots, so it's not just going to be hanging there by the time I get done. I am going to have a little variety and dimension in that area. And I'm not sure what I am doing now. I think I finally decided to double check exactly where I wanted all those stars, since they are the prompt for the day and it is the cork on my layout. And I got my stickers out. See all those little short stickers? I'm going to put the one that says adventure there, but I'm thinking now I'm going to end up putting one of the others there and take the one with adventure off. Since it's stuck to vellum, it should come off pretty easy. But I end up putting one that says adventure up above the photo. And so I have adventure on there twice, and I will fix that later, but it's not fixed yet. But I will. And I'm going ahead and taking the backing off these so I can go ahead and put the stars down. But see how easy they came up and moved? And it's because it's on the vellum. And that's not super sticky. It's sticky, and it's stickier than thickers are. But and see that exclamation point? I will notice it's laying down on the job, and put it up and put some liquid glue behind it. It seemed to stick fine when I put it on there, but and like I said, it's Altenew, so I thought maybe it'd stick better, but I don't know if I handled the exclamation point too much or what. But it wasn't sticking. I guess I touched it and moved it over. And yeah, I'm going to keep looking at that ribbon. I was looking at it right then while I was putting that exclamation point. How many times I'm going to say that in one video, I don't know. Anyway, I was putting it back up there right, and I was thinking I need to do something with it. And I thought about getting ink and inking it, and I was afraid I'd end up getting way too much ink on the paper, and I didn't want that, and I thought I'd have to ink everything then. So that's when I thought I surely got something I can go over the top of it with. And I'm looking at that piece of paper again to see if there's anything else to fussy cut, and that's when I find the adventure. And the reason I picked it is because I thought it'll look good like a tab over the top of my picture, but I don't think I actually read it when I was putting it there. I did read the other one because there was like 4 that size on the sticker sheet, and I picked which one I wanted. And I think I'm going to, I think I'm about done. I'm going to pull out, I think the enamel dots is what's coming next. No, I decided to add that arrow. Sorry. I added that arrow, and I thought that would look cute right there. And I made sure I put the adhesive behind that because I didn't do it a while ago. And I'm taking the paper off of the stars and going ahead and finishing actually mounting them to the page. And I'm pulling another sticker off for there, and it's going to be a little one, and it's got a heart, and it says "This moment, so love this moment," because I thought he is awful cute doing that. And here's my enamel dots. They did not come with this kit. I got them several weeks ago, maybe a month or more, off of peachycheap.com. I ordered Creative Agenda off of them, and it's like a kit thing, it's the Echo Park thing. And this was with it, and they do not go with that. When I looked at it, I thought, why'd they even put them in here? These are not the right ones to go with it, but they are perfect for this. Even that lighter color right there is the color that's in the stripe that you can see. It's a perfect match for it. So yeah, these are really good for this kit, so they're going to stay in here. And that's when I pulled the crochet thread. See, it is crocheted and it's really pretty. And it's a green that goes better with my layout than I think that satin stripe does. And it's going to cover most of it up. A little peek through, but I think it's a big improvement. Yeah, and so it's on there now with the banner. And I'm looking to see if there's anything else I want to put on here. And I think, oh, I was looking for that. Sorry. That came in my happy mail the other day. It was an anonymous rack. Somebody either forgot to put their card in, which I have done before, and I had to get a hold of the person and tell them that I forgot to put the card in and just mail it later. But I looked all over. I couldn't find out who sent me a whole bunch of die cuts. I was really thrilled to get them. And this is so adorable. And it's an outdoor spigot. And since it really was a mister that was instead of rain, I wanted to put that on there. That's why this picture finally got scrapped. Somebody knew I needed that and sent it to me, because I thought I have got to put that on a page. And then I got to thinking about this picture and I thought I have not scrapped that yet. And so yeah, whoever sent it to me, if you leave a message down below saying you did, I'll thank you personally. Not in person, but personally. Yeah, and the 2 stitches, and see how I just put like 1 stitch in each place, and that's it. That's my layout. And check everybody else out, and you've got another 19 days. Well, it'll be 19 days when this goes up. I had it figured out. Yeah, 19 days when this goes up to watch all these videos. And I want to thank the crew that's doing it, heading it up, Laura and Miranda and Natalie. I really appreciate getting to be part of it. And if you leave a comment below, I'll be sure to respond. If you like the video, if you'd please hit a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel. And all the links will be below for the hosts of this hop. So be sure and check them out. And I hope you all have a happy scrappy week.